Greetings and welcome to today's edition of V News Daily. The main stories for today are as follows.
President Sang met a delegation of Japan's Kansai Economic Federation. Hanoi sees a slight rise in consumer price index in November. Norway helps oil industry improve environment. Rice exports fetch more than $3.2 billion.
First, President Sang received a delegation of the Japanese Kansai Economic Federation in Hanoi on November 21st, which is led by its chairman, Mori Sasuke.
President Sang said the Kansai Economic Federation plays an important role in boosting economic ties between the two countries. He welcomed the collaboration between the Federation and the Vietnamese Ministry of Planning and Investment in organizing the 5th Vietnam Kansai Economic Cooperation Forum in Da Nang City. Sang also said Vietnam will create favorable conditions for Japanese investors, especially those operating in infrastructure, seaport, supporting industry, energy, and education. Mori Sasuke showed his interest in investment attraction policies of industrial zones in Hải Phòng City and Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu province. He said he will introduce Vietnam's investment policies to all members of the Kansai Economic Federation.
Last Sunday, the 20th, National Assembly Chairman Nguyễn Sinh Hùng presented the Ho Chi Minh Order to the Vietnam Red Cross Society on the occasion of its 65th founding anniversary.
National Assembly Chairman Hùng said the Vietnam Red Cross Society has always provided timely assistance to people in overcoming the consequences of natural disasters and also actively taken part in international emergency relief activities. The top legislator took the occasion to thank the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, the International Red Cross Committee, and Red Cross organizations of other countries for their effective assistance to Vietnamese people. Vietnam Red Cross Society, Vietnam's first professional humanitarian organization, was founded on November 23, 1946, by President Ho Chi Minh, who was also the association's honorary president. The association now has 19,725 grassroots chapters in 63 provinces and cities, almost 21,160 cadres, and nearly 300,000 volunteers.
The Thủ Thiêm Tunnel running right beneath the Saigon River in Ho Chi Minh City and the entire east-west highway just opened to traffic, also on November 20th.
President Sang, Japanese ambassador to Vietnam Yasuaki Tanizaki, and chief representative of the Japan International Cooperation Agency attended the inaugural ceremony. The East-West Highway, which runs through 8 districts, is a key project of Ho Chi Minh City's urban traffic infrastructure system. The highway was built with total capital of $762 million, of which 65% coming from the Japanese government's official development assistance loans and the rest from city's budget. The Thủ Thiêm Tunnel, which is 1,490 meters long and 33 meters wide, is an important section of the 22-kilometer East-West Highway. Addressing the ceremony, Deputy Prime Minister Hoàng Trung Hải commended the city's authorities and people on completing the project on schedule. The highway will have reduced travel time and ease traffic congestion in the inner city, at the same time facilitating urban development in the eastern part of the city. He also asked relevant agencies to effectively manage and operate the Thủ Thiêm Tunnel and the East-West Highway.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng has asked the giant SEO, the Vietnam Airlines, to conduct a process of restructuring. The major change will result in more than 50% of the airline's charter capital shall belong to the state.
The Prime Minister allowed Vietnam Airlines to retain a 100% stake in Vietnam Airlines Engineering Company Limited under the guidelines for restructuring the airline's subsidiary companies from 2011 to 2015. The national flag carrier was also told to equitize Vietnam Air Petro Company Limited and to keep over 50% of this business after the restructuring. Vietnam Airlines is allowed to decide its own stake in 3 facilities: Nội Bài International Airport Ground Services, Đà Nẵng Airport Ground Services, and Tân Sơn Nhất International Airport Ground Services. The Prime Minister also noted that the decision to establish the National Vietnam Airlines Group will be considered after assessing pilot performance with the economic group model.
In November, the Hanoi's Consumer Price Index CPI rose by 0.29% against last month. At the same time, it rose 18.49% over the same period last year.
The Hanoi Statistics Office said on November the 21st that it was the first time since 2011 the city's year-on-year CPI growth has been less than 20%. This month, 9 out of 11 commodities groups saw slight price increases ranging from 0.25% to 0.88%. The 2 other groups, including transportation and post and telecommunications services, enjoyed price falls of 0.23% and 0.02% respectively. Gold price in Hanoi was up 0.11% against last month and 32.62% year-on-year. Meanwhile, the respective increases for the US dollar were 0.68% and 2.26%.
Moving along, a Norway-funded project has helped Vietnam develop a safety management system and control environmental pollution in the oil and gas sector.
Participants at the conference held in Da Nang City on November the 21st were told that the $8 million project is part of a cooperation agreement between Vietnam and Norway. The project was carried out between 1996 and 2011. It has proposed that the government issue important legal documents, implemented a synchronous safety, health and environment management system, boosted the assessment of environmental risks, and mapped out response strategies for oil and gas exploration and production areas.
It's been reported that in the first 10 months of this year, Vietnam has exported 6.38 million tons of rice, worth of $3.22 billion.
According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Asia was the largest consumer of Vietnam's rice, making up around 64% of the country's exports. It was followed by Africa with 25% and America 7%. The Mekong Delta, the country's rice basket, has so far this year shipped abroad 5.8 million tons of rice for more than $2.8 billion. The country's rice output is estimated at 22.8 million tons this year, almost 1.3 million tons more than the 2010 figure.
And a quick update on the 26th Southeast Asian Games.
By 7 p.m. November the 21st, Vietnam won a total of 92 gold, 86 silver and 95 bronze medals, maintaining third place behind Indonesia and Thailand in the medal tally of the 26th Southeast Asian Games in Indonesia. The new gold medals were achieved in the martial art of Wushu, chess and aerobics. Vietnam had set the target of 70 to 75 gold medals at the 26th SEA Games.
And lastly, Cambodia has asked Indonesia, the outgoing 2011 chair, to continue its role on behalf of the ASEAN to be the mediator for Cambodian and Thai border dispute.
Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ho Nam Hong said on November 28th that during a bilateral meeting with Indonesia's President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono in Bali, Prime Minister Hun Sen has asked Indonesia to continue its role in the status of ASEAN to solve border issues between Cambodia and Thailand in the framework of the International Court of Justice. He said, As Cambodia has officially become the 2012 ASEAN chair, the country will not play as both footballer and referee at the same time in the negotiations of the border dispute with Thailand. It's essential to have Indonesia to act as mediator on this issue. He further said that Cambodia's Minister of Defense Tia Bang and his Thai counterpart Uthasak Sisafrafa will hold the Cambodia-Thailand General Border Committee soon.
We've covered all the headlines for now. Goodbye and stay well.